and I was lucky enough to be. This is way off track, but I was lucky enough to be on the 4x400 relay when I was in eighth grade in junior track with me, Darius Pemberton, who was in 7th grade at the time, Anthony Hampton, who was in 6th grade at the time, but we were at 14. But Anthony Hampton was probably 14, even though he was in 6th grade. And a guy by the name of Jeff Ware, who didn't end up being the guy they thought he was going to be, but he ran the half in 8th grade in 2:02. And it was funny because Darius Pemberton led off. He would tough it out because he didn't work that hard back then. He would tough it out. He'd blast like 56, 57. Anthony Hampton would run second and would go and run. It's in 6th grade, mind you, probably around like 54, 55, probably something like that, 54, 55. He ended up being he probably still is considered the greatest intermediate hurdler in history in New Jersey. And then Jeff Ware, who was really the best, would blast like a 52, 53 quarter in 8th grade. And then I would get it. And my job was to not fuck up the lead I had. That was my job.
That's right.
Because I ran like a 55 in 8th grade, which was very good. But these guys were great. And my job would be when you heard their anchor legs, feet coming to get you, you just had to tough it out and finish. And that's what I did. That's what the guy that's why Englewood brought me over to run the anchor leg for them. For that lone reason alone. Because they said the guy's a football player, he ain't letting anybody pass him. So, but those guys were so talented. The leads I would get, DJ, were so big.
You know, arguably, I mean, because this young fella from Demers is something. I mean, he's really good. The jumper, and he is something. And obviously the kid from Indian Hills a few years back was some jumper. I saw Anthony. I got a picture, which I think I might have given to Jim Kurz, or took a picture of it. Anthony Hampton coming around a turn and passing Jim in a relay meet, because Jim was a 97 grad. So Anthony was 3 years older than him, because that's the space between you and Jim is 5 years, because you graduated in 92. Jim graduated.
Right. Yep. That's correct.
So he's running at Englewood, and it could be a county group meet, sectional meet, whatever. And Anthony's going by him, and Jim was good. I mean, Jim was a 158 half miler before he got out, and Anthony Hampton looks like a 747 going by him. And I saw Anthony Hampton run 52 low in the intermediates, and it was like you and I walking from here to the door.
He was so natural.
And then he went and played football at Tennessee, and it didn't work out. And I was like, geez, remember, he was supposed to be the next Edwin Moses.
Yes. I don't know what. Well, those guys, Coach Williams, and who's the original sprint coach there?
Terry Amos.
Terry Amos. Those guys were so upset that he went, and he could have went anywhere he wanted for football. I mean, he was Derek. He was legit 6'5", 210 pounds, but looked like he could pack on 50.
Another 20. Yeah.
He was so.
He had that frame, right? Like that. Those broad shoulders.
He was LeBron James before there was LeBron James.
He could just generate power, just like ridiculous, right?
But he was the greatest.
He went to a lot of speed coaches, right?
Even Edwin Moses. You're right.
He went to a lot of speed coaches and personal trainers, right?
None. Zero.
Listen, it's like you watch the documentaries on like Herschel Walker, right? And just how much, or like who was the other guy that we had talked about at one time from Oklahoma, Dupree?
Yeah.
Oh, Dupree. Yeah,
like those guys that were just those freaks of guys don't understand that. Like
race and train. That's what Herschel Walker did.